I may have, or may have not, just put on a different shirt to film this video. You'll never know.
Alright, hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa. I like to call myself the wannabe Catholic apologist because that is literally a explanation of who I am. But today I want to talk about the sacraments. Now, if you're Catholic, you probably have fulfilled probably one or two of the sacraments in your life, which is probably the Holy Eucharist, baptism. But today I decided that I wanted to do a slightly crash course form of information on the sacraments. Now, I'm not going to get really down and dirty and talk about each sacrament specifically. I'll make a separate video for that. So if there's one of these sacraments that you would like me to go more in depth with, please leave it in the comment bar down below. But today I'm going to be talking about the seven sacraments, about where they came from, what year were they instituted, just information on that. And I also will have in the description bar below Bible verses that back up the sacraments if that is what you're looking for in this video. But if you just want a little history lesson, just keep on watching. So let's talk about the sacraments. The word sacrament itself. So sacrament is actually the Latin word sacramentum. I think I'm saying that right. And basically that is this idea of this oath of loyalty soldiers would give to their emperor, to their lord on land, basically. So it'd be their oath. So in a way, we can look at the sacraments as our oath of loyalty to Jesus Christ, to God. The word sacramentum, when it was translated from the Greek text, it was actually translated from the word mysterion, which is the Greek word for mystery. And we could see mysteries often said in the Bible. So I'll have some of the Bible verses in the description bar down below. All right, now that we learned some context on the sacraments, let's list the seven sacraments, because what are they? They are baptism, confirmation, Eucharist, matrimony, anointing of the sick, penance, and holy orders. So those are the seven sacraments that Catholics believe that you should fulfill during your lifetime. Now you may be wondering, okay, so those are the seven sacraments. How long ago were people actually doing them? Is it a new thing, or were they doing it during the time of Christ? Well, each of the seven sacraments was instituted by Christ himself, and it's in the Bible, and I'll have a link, I'll have a whole list of all of the Bible verses that I have right now where you can find baptism, confirmation, the Eucharist, holy orders, anointing of the sick, penance, and matrimony in the Bible. So check out the description down below. But I actually have a theologian who recognized the necessity for the sacraments in 200 AD. So this theologian's name is Tertullian. I'm probably saying that totally wrong, but he thought it was very important for there to be marriage within the church so that it could be blessed and sealed and ratified by God. So that is one of the most earliest recognition that we have of the sacraments, although it is instituted in the Bible by Jesus Christ himself. Now, unfortunately, this can come as a little bit of an argument point, so I'm going to try to clear up the history. Basically, the list wasn't exactly written out and numbered until 1150. So obviously, we can root all these sacraments back to the Bible, and people were doing it probably around the time of 200 AD, for example, with Tertullian. But in 1150, Peter Lombard, a theologian, came up with this list of the seven sacraments by researching the Bible, researching Christianity, and realizing what are the most important fulfillments that Catholics and Christians should do throughout their lives. So not only did this theologian come up with this list, but it was greatly accepted among other theologians like St. Thomas Aquinas. And St. Thomas Aquinas greatly accepted this, and we can find this in his works from 1485 in the Summa Theologica. So if you want a historical text on that, I will link it in the description bar below. Now, although this was greatly accepted by theologians, by other Christians, by all of these people, by St. Thomas Aquinas, it was written down, the church accepted it, it wasn't until 400 years later did it actually receive much serious disagreement, and that was during the Protestant Reformation, which a lot of Catholic and Christian things were challenged during that time. So, of course, the sacraments were being challenged during that time, like majority of the things Catholic. Not only was this greatly accepted by Thomas Aquinas, but it also was accepted at councils in the Council of Florence and the Council of Trent, which took place in 1439 and 1547. So this was greatly accepted, and although, unfortunately, the earliest that we can find that this list was actually written down and formulated was in the year 1150. But that doesn't go without saying that possibly this was passed down orally by oral tradition. And I know as Catholics we do believe in tradition because a lot of the times things weren't written down because there was no necessity to write it down until it started getting challenged. Now, if you look in the description bar, you'll find some biblical references about where the sacraments come from, and I do have Bible verses for every sacrament that there is. There is a more exhaustive and extensive list of Bible verses, but if you want a good starting point, then look in the description bar below. Some of them for example, baptism would be Matthew 28, 19 through 20, confirmation, Isaiah 44:3, Eucharist, Matthew 26, 26 through 29, Penance, Matthew 16, 19, anointing of the sick, James 5, 14 through 15, Holy Orders, Acts 6, 3 through 6, and matrimony, Matthew 19, 10 through 11. So that is just like one example of all of the many Bible verses that there is in the Bible that we can reference to and root back to Jesus Christ when it comes to the sacraments. Okay, so that is just a quick crash course on the sacraments. Sorry it was really fast, and sorry there's minimal information, but there also was a lot. But if you want a more in-depth video on one of the sacraments themselves, then please leave it in the description bar below. If you guys want to follow me through my journey through Catholicism, or you're Catholic yourself and just want some Catholic answers from probably a young person, please click that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. And thank you guys for watching this video if you do, and have a blessed day. Bye bye.